Patriotic comrades, Andrew Holness is on the ropes. His popularity slipping, scandals stacking up, and the JLP looking shakier than ever. But here's the real shocker. By the end of this video, you're gonna see how 5 powerful names are already lining up to take his place. Who are they? What's the plan? And can Holness survive the knives coming out from inside his own house? Stick around, because this is where the JLP drama goes nuclear, and we'll expose a secret Mr. Candidate nobody expected. So stay tuned. The cracks in Holness's armor, public frustration, poll numbers, corruption allegations, integrity commission investigations, the constitutional reform fight with Mark Golding, making Holness look defensive, not visionary. Holness said, "Mark, let's partner together," then sent him to Delroy Chuck like a side quest NPC. That's not leadership, that's delegation by ghosting. The longer Holness avoids facing Golding directly, the weaker he looks. And in Jamaican politics, weakness is blood in the water. But if Holness is slipping, who's waiting in the shadows to take his chair? The success plot thickens. Potential JLP successors to Andrew Holness, based on rumors circulating within the political circles. 1. Chris Tufton, Minister of Health, seen as one of the cleaner faces of the JLP. That's debatable. But one of the most popular faces in the JLP, who is more likely to be the next replacement for Holness. Could Jamaica's next PM be Chris Tufton, the man who carried the country through the pandemic? Second on the list, we have Favour Williams, Minister of Finance. First female JLP leader possibility. Is Jamaica ready for its first female PM from the JLP? 3. Edmund Bartlett, Minister of Tourism, old guard, but has international clout. Can the JLP really turn to a tourism Caesar to steady the ship? 4. Delroy Chuck, Minister of Justice, trusted Holness lieutenant, but divisive. What if Holness's right-hand man is already eyeing the throne? 5. Pernell Charles Jr., young face of the JLP, represents generational shift, but untested. Could the JLP gamble on youth to save their future? Delroy Chuck is also like Holness's go-to troubleshooter, but controversial. Let's be honest. Sending Chuck to negotiate with Golding was like sending a substitute teacher to settle a gang war. Another potential female that we could put beside a Favour Williams would also be Kamina Johnson Smith, international diplomat, respected abroad, strong abroad, but can she win yard? Or is she JLP's Meghan Markle, beloved overseas but divisive at home? 6. Wildcard Mr. Candidate. And then there's the dark horse, the name whispered in JLP corridors, but we'll save that bombshell further down in the video. Before I reveal the wild card, let's talk about why this battle could destroy the JLP before the next election. The war for the throne, the JLP's dangerous position. Infighting over succession distracts from governance. PNP under Golding gaining momentum with clear messaging on constitutional reform. Jamaicans fed up with scandals. Succession fight may backfire. Now let's reveal our mystery wildcard candidates. Drum roll please. Juliet Holness, wife of Prime Minister, rising in Parliament. Yes, imagine this twist. Holness can't hold the crown, so his queen makes the play. Shakespeare would be proud. The irony, while the JLP plots succession, Mark Golding is positioning himself as the statesman, the one ready to finish what Holness keeps delaying. The throne fight could end up handing the keys of Jamaica House straight to the PNP. So will Holness fight back, or is his reign already over? Here's a summary of the highlights and the key points. Quick recap. Holness weakening from scandals plus constitutional reform battle. The rumors of 5 names eyeing leadership. Tufton, Favour Williams, Delroy Chuck, Edmund Bartlett, Colonel Charles Jr. plus our mystery candidate Juliet Holness. JLP succession fight risk implosion before the next general election. Golding emerges stronger as Holness looks distracted and defensive. So, patriotic comrades, outside of Andrew Holness, Chris Tufton is the immediate runner-up as the most popular in the JLP. Zane, Chris Tufton, polished technocrat image, but plagued by COVID-19 scandals and other health ministry scandals. Tufton is like the corporate face of JLP, good for business launches. But will Jamaicans vote for another PowerPoint Prime Minister? So, finding a replacement for Holness is not the problem. It's just that leadership vacuum I got broke the party in two, because Holness would automatically endorse Juliet Holness to be his successor. So everybody will support Andrew Holness would automatically throw and put them support behind Juliet Holness. So there would be a continuation of the Holness dynasty, what I'm try create in the JLP. And then guess what? Tufton now go for that. So it may tell us that they are not united, because of course Juliet Holness would want to be the first female prime minister from over the JLP and be the second female prime minister where Jamaica has ever seen. Me telling you, everybody have political ambitions and aspirations to be prime minister. The Audley Shaw supporters are going to show them support behind a Christopher Tufton, and should they not go with a Tufton or a Juliet Holness, then them have to go find a clean face. Colonel Charles Jr. have a clean cut image. Me no hear Colonel Charles Jr. name tied to any scandal yet. So him with him clean image could be a good candidate for party leader in young. You understand? And then we have another clean image candidate, which is also Favour Williams. You have Kamina Johnson Smith as well. I think Kamina Johnson Smith would have an issue if people start put them support for Favour over she. So anyway you take it, they are divided. Then we can show Edmund Bartlett in the mix, Delroy Chuck in the mix. Who are go pull rank and seniority? I go pull rank and seniority. Them are go say, you know, see how them go choose Holness and knight him in the back room to become party leader. Them not depend that again, because everybody are gonna look upon it and say, well, after that there's somebody then a more special than me or more educated than me. Them not bright than me and they not bright as me. So how them to become JLP party leader over me? So that are the future problem where we are look upon. So it's not a united house. It's really a divided house. As me say in part 1, I chew them a win. Why them present this fake united front? And a house divided amongst itself cannot stand. But, and I like me care anyway, we over the PMP we are gonna grab with popcorn and just watch, the Netflix drama of the JLP a tear them one another to pieces, a fight over party leadership. You see me? But me can tell you say that is the future when Holness step aside, or if they force him to step aside. Yes, that is the future. It is as predictable as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. And there are already discussions of future successors. And who them a pick to be future successors after Holness not going to sit well with everybody within the party. So if you think say Holness putting or throwing his full support behind his wife I go well with everybody in the party, wanna make a sad mistake. Remember, wife and husband are one. So guess what? If they don't like your husband, they now gonna like your wife. So fake unity. And me already telling you say there is already a Holness dynasty within the Jamaica Labour Party. Holness as the Prime Minister, in wife as House Speaker. That is what you call a consolidation of power. So there is already centralized power in the JLP between Holness and Juliet. Not everybody is happy with that. Warmington tried to break that dynasty when he said, let me be House Speaker now. And they say, you're mad? And Mark Jefferson Golding come out and say, oi, we don't want Juliet Holness as no more House Speaker again, We now go accept that. And what Holness do? Immediately reappoints Juliet Holness as House Speaker. That's consolidation of power. Maintaining continuity. Me as Prime Minister, my wife as House Speaker. And the Vipers are watching and, they're in a power, so they might eat. So everything good for now cause they're eating and them abide then time, because there's nothing like patiently waiting and planning and plotting against your enemy. You see me? So when you come for them now gonna know what hit them. That is what's taking place in the JLP. So I do not see Juliet Holness becoming party leader and Prime Minister. Not over Christopher Tufton. As me tell you, it just now go down well. So meanwhile, Holness them a plan. In enemy them in a party also have them counter plans and them counter strategy. So there's a lot going on behind the scenes. And politics is a very cutthroat, dirty game. So never ever make those polished speeches fool you. See? At the end of the day, they are humans just like the rest of we, and human nature is fixed. So people are gonna always be people. A lion will always be a lion a million years from now. In nature fixed, it can't change. I may tell us that his enemies were praying for him to lose the 2025 general election against Mark Golding, because they can't wait to replace him. And then when that never worked, then they'd cross their fingers and a prayer say a Paul Buchanan's appeal to the election court would go through, so the election could have get void. And when he losing seat against Comrade Paul Buchanan, them did all come for him deso. So at every turn, Holness must be one of the luckiest man on earth. He make sure say he win a general election. Paul Buchanan appeal for void the election between him and Holness got rejected. It's not hard to put the puzzle together. So Holness now go down without a fight. Him now make the enemies within his party take him down like that. And them just make him get even more politically serious and say, watch, me a spite on just because of that. Him a go step down when him feel good and ready, and if he feel for step down. That is why you see him a push to get this whole republic thing pass and push through, because it's just another strategy to keep the enemies we have in the JLP at bay and keep them off him back. Everything what he make is for, push them off. So he have to fight Marky G and the PMP, plus he have to be mindful and watchful of the vipers them in a party way not with him. So I would not want to be in a Holness shoes at no point in time. You see me? This man must have sleepless nights knowing that there is strong disunity in the Jamaica Labour Party. Now, patriotic comrades, I want to hear from you. Who do you think could actually replace Andrew Holness as the JLP leader? Drop your pick in the comments below, because this debate is just getting started. And if you thought this breakdown was wild, check out some of my other videos. So, patriotic comrades, political commentator Clyde Williams is advising opposition leader Mark Golding to send Zuleika Jess, the People's National Party's justice spokesperson, to meet with Minister of Justice Delroy Chuck for discussions on the next steps in the opposition's collaboration with the government on Jamaica's constitutional reform. Williams told the Gleaner that this is necessary to move forward, as Golding has indicated that he will not meet with Chuck and would prefer to hold talks with Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness. Now, patriotic comrades, here's how me I go push back on what Clyde Williams are saying. No, why every time, every turn, every chance you apply unnecessary pressure on a Mark Jefferson Golding? Me never sooner apply the said energy or the said pressure to Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness are the one who talk publicly say, Mark, let's us and we finish what we start together. Let us work together in his swearing in ceremony in Turkey public, the whole world hear it. Yet here we are again, somebody not holding the Prime Minister accountable for statements that he publicly made. Uno want hold Mark Golding hand to the fire every chance you get. No, I am not saying Clyde Williams is being malicious or he have malicious intent when he said that, but what me I say is uno need for hold Holness accountable for when he say publicly. That what me can't understand. It's like Holness have this free reign to come on national TV and talk anything and no one holds him accountable. Mark Jefferson Golding is not the weak fence for everybody to come try pressure. Williams further went on to say, since we want to get things done, I think what the PNP should do is to accept the meeting with Chuck and then deputize Zuleika Jess to go and represent Golding. He said, because if he, Golding, doesn't yield or do something, then we'll have a stalemate. Then so be it. A stalemate it is. Why you not say if Holness no yield, we are gonna have a stalemate? Why you not tell Holness say we are wholly accountable? You say you want to work with Mark. Mark terms and conditions are that you and him need to collaborate on key aspects of this constitutional reform as it relates to the republic move where you are trying to push. But instead, everybody quick to always put pressure upon Mark. Me no understand. I don't get it. Patriotic comrades, put in a comment section if what me I say makes sense. Andrew is the one who will be difficult. Andrew are the trouble man in the situation. Why is Andrew Holness running, ducking, dodging and hiding and is scared and afraid to face a Mark Jefferson Golding? He can't be that busy Patriotic Comrades Holness is not that busy. We see Holness left the country for about 3 days what day. You see me, after in election victory, after he win, he fly go New York, go big UN summit. Left the country for 3 days and you tell me say you can't take time out of your so-called busy schedule to meet with a Mark Jefferson Golding, and if push come to shove, Holness I go fly out of the country again and you tell me say him can't make time to meet with Mark Golding. Come on. Holness is not that busy. Holness is not the Prime Minister of the world. Holness not run the world. He is the Prime Minister of a small island after he named Donald Trump. Meanwhile, emphasizing the far-reaching economic, socio-cultural and political implications of the constitutional reform for all Jamaicans, political analyst Damian Gordon stressed that genuine bipartisanship, support and multi-stakeholders engagement are necessary to ensure the success of the process. To this end, he said, the leadership of government and the parliamentary opposition are to set the tone in terms of articulating the vision, framing of the key debates or goals, and legitimizing the process to achieve consensus on key matters. So even if not consistently, the Prime Minister and opposition leader must engage directly with other key stakeholders in joint forums or spaces to actively show their commitment to the task at hand. This is what we call leading at the front, he said. So at least political analyst Damian Gordon understand and apply common sense. Cause me disagree with what Clyde Williams has said. You can't always want to put pressure on a Mark Jefferson Golding and absolve Holness from being responsible for statements we make. So me agree with Marky G. Me and you need to meet directly, we need to talk. Me nah meet with no messenger, me nah meet with no emissary, me nah meet with no liaison. More importantly, the letter was addressed to Mark Golding, the one that he received from the JLP. It was addressed to Mark Golding. And Mark Golding reject the contents of the letter where I say him for meet with Delroy Chuck. No, Andrew, I'm here to link up and chat about this. So Mark Golding is standing on business, and I back and support where Marky G do 100%. Holness will not get to dictate terms and conditions as to how this whole republic thing I go carry out. Holness need Mark Golding and the PMP more than how Mark Golding need Holness and the JLP. Holness have no leverage in the situation. So Holness don't get to dictate terms and conditions as to how this all plays out. So Holness I try make a political chess move and I try make power plays against Mark Golding at the same time. When him talk about Mark for me to Chuck, and Mark counter and say, you can't tell me what to do. Me now go play by your rules and then make it look like say I am subordinate or me a submit to what you say. You get to dictate terms to me and I talk down to me and I tell me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. So I counter and I say, me I tell you what to do, Andrew. You need to meet with me. Make we start off the discussion. You see me? And me we bring my little delegation with me, whether it be Zulika Jess or whoever Golding I go carry along with him, and Holness and Chuck and whoever else from the Labour Party can meet together in the same room. That is more practical. That make more common sense. So me disagree with Clyde Williams 100%. And Holness needs the 2/3 support from the PNP. He has always needed the 2/3 support from the PNP from day one, because of that the Constitution say if you want to go to Republic, you need a 2/3 majority support from the PNP or the opposition. Anybody in the opposition, you need 2/3 support from them. That the Constitution say. So even when Holness did have the majority, what they are, Zane, he did still need a 2/3 from Mark Golding and the PMP, because his 2/3 from the JLP is not enough to push this through constitutionally and legally. He need the 2/3 from the PNP. Not want, need. So Holness never have no leverage from morning.